Monday, everyone. How the heck are you guys?
I'm doing great.
Wonderful.
Good. Thanks, everyone, for joining in last minute with us. I was chatting with Paul earlier this week, and we were trying to get something put together because he wanted to talk more about Sun and Fun coming up in a couple weeks. So, Paul, take it away.
Well, more than just talk about Sun and Fun, what I'd really like to do is to get everybody to come out and fly at Sun and Fun. It's a great venue. There's over 400 exhibitors from around the world that will be showing their products and their services there. So anything that flies, whether it's a powered paraglider, a powered parachute, a gyro, a jet fighter, a Predator drone, anything that it flies, you'll see it there at Sun and Fun, especially the ultralights there at Paradise City.
Sounds amazing.
The show actually starts March 28th, and it runs through April 2nd. Donna and I, my wife, we're going to go up early, of course, because we have to set everything up. It's an empty field right now. But it should really be a great, great time. Of course, they've got new management now. Gene Conrad has taken over for Lights, John Lights. And with the new management and new attractions coming to Sun and Fun for 2023, it really should be a good time for just about everybody. And like I was saying, with over 400 exhibitors, you're going to be able to find whatever you're looking for at Lakeland Airport from March 28th to April 2nd. Now, that airport is located right between Tampa and Orlando, so it's very, very easy to get to. There's all kinds of services where you can get in there and places to stay, hotels, things like that. And, of course, it is only the second largest air show. It's not the largest. That one up north is the largest, but you know, just having the second largest air show in the United States right here 100 miles from my place, it does make me very happy. That's for sure. Definitely. So with new blood, with Gene Conrad coming in, there's new changes, new ideas, and a couple of them are going to take effect as soon as you walk through the gate. And the island is a one-stop shop for pilots and the spectators and the exhibitors that want to come in and either get something to eat, get camping supplies, get a cold beer, anything like that. Get flight service information from Phillips 66, who's going to host that. All that is going to be right there by the Paradise City gate, and it's only a stone's throw from the U.S. Army Gray Eagle, which is a 58-foot wingspan Predator-like drone. And Jay just showed me how to put a picture on here. I don't have it up and ready, but next time we do this, I'll be able to put a picture of what that looks like. But if you think about the Predator drone, this is basically the same thing, but the Army is driving it. So that's one big thing. Also at Paradise City, at the island at Paradise City, they're going to have movies at night as well. So when the action stops and they don't have the night air show or the fireworks, which are supposed to be spectacular this year, they're going to have different movies. Like on Tuesday, they're going to have the original Top Gun. On Thursday, they're going to have Iron Eagle, if you guys remember that one. That was a good one. And then, of course, everybody likes the comedy Hot Shots. That's going to be on Friday. And if you need groceries or anything like that, Publix will be able to bring them in and drop them off right there at the island. You also have Uber stand there and a Lyft stand, so that getting in and out of the event should be a lot easier than it's been in the past as well. But really what we're trying to do is to get as many people to come and fly. Right now it's set up on the schedule. I'm looking at the schedule. We just got that set. And the powered paragliders will start flying at 7:15 till 9 in the morning every morning. So you've got almost 2 hours, got an hour and 45 minutes every morning that you can fly your powered paraglider, powered parachute, and other aircraft that have about a 30-mile or less airspeed. And then in the afternoons, you are flying pretty much from 6 o'clock to 6:50, almost a full hour in the afternoons. Then, of course, they've got all these other things going on, and we have to share that airspace with a lot of other events, like the Blue Angels, the F-35 demonstration that's going to be in, the SOCOM parachute group, the Sunset Flight Circus. They're going to have all kinds of things. John Easley is going to do a show with precision flying powered paragliders. We've got all kinds of really cool things coming up like that. And all you have to do to fly there is, of course, get into the place. So you might have to, buy a ticket, but attend one of the briefings. I'll do the safety briefing for the powered paragliders and powered parachutes at 7 in the morning there at the media building, and then again at 6:15 in the afternoon, right before we fly again. Once you go through that briefing, there is a specific area that we can fly in a certain pattern and a certain altitude. You can't go any higher than 500 feet. You basically fly in a circle pattern, and you get to go by the runway and touch and go and everything, or stop. And there's probably a couple hundred, maybe even 1,000 people along the stands watching you. So you really need to, be confident in your flying abilities, that you're not going to blow a launch, or you're not going to, do something embarrassing in front of a big crowd.
Oh boy.
Expect almost 500,000 people this year. Ticket sales are way up compared to last year, and last year we had a lot of people. So this year it's even going to be more people, about 500,000 folks, and the revenues are up. So the pre-sales are up. Everything is really, really looking good for Sun and Fun 2023. Now this is the 49th Sun and Fun that's happening, and the 50th next year. They're already planning some really big things for the 50th as well. I can't tell you about it. They'll probably kill me. Not right now.
Awesome.
So, some of the other things that are going on there is that, with the exhibitors we have, for example, we have, let me pull up this list of the exhibitors, the new list. We've got,
we got one question back on the motor field. Can PPG tandems be done at Sun and Fun?
Yes, in fact, I've done tandems at Sun and Fun for many years, both foot launched and wheeled tandems, provided they have the proper authorization, they have the exemption from the FAA, and they have that instructor rating either from USPA or ASC, Aero Sports Connection.
Okay.
So the answer is yes. They'll have to clear it in advance, because obviously we need to make sure that those credentials are real. We've had some issues where people try to come in and fly when they're not supposed to, or do tandems when they're not supposed to. So we'll make sure that you are indeed certified and qualified to do that. If you are, you're more than welcome to do that. However, you cannot charge people for those rides. There's no charges.
Yep. Awesome. Thank you. Okay.
Also, there'll be a number of the other exhibitors that will be doing tandems. For example, Magni Gyro with their gyrocopters, also Powershoot with their powered parachutes, as well as Evolution Aircraft with the weight check trikes. Larry Mednick and his folks will be doing ride sharing, they call it. And so all you have to do is come in when you're there and go to the headquarters booth and get your waiver band, sign a waiver. And it's a purple band, I think, this year. And then you'll be able to get onto the flight line and actually go take those tandem flights with the other exhibitors. But we've got 34 exhibitors right now, and there's probably 7 of those that will be doing ride sharing.
Okay.
That's a good question.
Are there any pages you want me to share from the Sun and Fun webpage at all?
Well, if you go to events and then aircraft and then light plane, you'll see there's a page there that talks about the activities at Paradise City. One of the biggest ones is Junkers Aircraft, who's now going to be the sponsor of Paradise City. And they have their A50 Junior that they're going to be flying and displaying there as well. So that's a big aircraft. But that'll be right there in booth 29 and 30 in Paradise City, right next to the runway. Very, very visible.
Oh,
I'll send you a link to those pages.
You said go to events and then where?
Events and then light plane. Aircraft, light plane. I can send you the link if you'd like.
Okay.
So it'd be flysnf.org. flysnf.org. Yep. And then click on events, then aircraft, and then light plane.
See if that works.
So, Deweese, have you been to Sun and Fun?
Me? No.
Oshkosh?
No, neither.
She's
Well, I'll
going
tell you
this
what.
year.
I'm going to
Not this
Oshkosh
year.
this year.
Good. Well, it's really something. If you've never flown in a big fly-in like that, it's an amazing thing. Not only do you have fast-moving aircraft right above you and on sides of you, you've got the rotorcraft to the east. You've got just to the north, you've got all the big aircraft, the F-35, all these military aircraft, the P-51 Mustangs, and some of the Russian aircraft. But they're all flying in such close proximity. As long as you're in your area, you're okay. But you literally see 1,000 aircraft around you and on the ground while you're flying, and that's a real kick. It's a real kick to do that if you haven't done it before.
Yeah. I do have a question.
Sure.
Are there any educational opportunities while you're there?
Well, that's a very good question, because what we also do is we put together forums. And on the forums, we have basically leaders in the industry that are giving some talks. For example, on Wednesday, if you have a Rotax engine, you know Phil Lockwood's name. Phil Lockwood will be doing a forum on two-stroke maintenance at 10:30 on Wednesday. Chris Grewan from Just Stole It Aircraft in LP10 will be doing Build Your Own Stole Plane at 12 o'clock. And then at 1:30, CW2 Frank De La Cruz from the 224th Military Intelligence Battalion will be giving a talk about the U.S. Army Gray Eagle UAV. That's that 58-foot wingspan Predator-like vehicle that I was talking about. They also have, talk about education, a simulator where you can actually fly the Gray Eagle. Now, in real life, that simulator is hooked to a data link where the thing is actually in the air. Obviously, it's not going to fly for you, but you get all the sensory of it flying. Thursday, Phil Lockwood is going to come back. So Thursday at 10:30 in the morning, there'll be a four-stroke maintenance class for the 912 and 914 maintenance tips by Phil Lockwood. Now, he's got a big booth at D68 and D70 on the big side of the airport. And then at 12 o'clock, you got John Isley from Power America will be doing a talk at 12 o'clock on PPG maintenance and what you need to know. I'm glad that John's here, because typically in the past, I would give those forums about PPG and things like that. So it's nice for me not to do a PPG forum this year. After that, at 1:30, Charlie Becker from the EAA will be giving a forum on aircraft building, the important things that you really need to know, make your life easy. And then on Friday at 10:30, you've got Eric DeFore and Dan Feldman from Dragon PPG. That's LP21, Light Plane 21 booth. And they'll be doing one on powered paragliders, Let's Go Fly. And that'll be at the forum booth there at Paradise City. At 12 o'clock, you're going to have auto gyro flying with Bob Snyder. You've got the forums up, you got the schedule up, good. And then that's auto gyro flying. That'll be LP25. And then at 1:30 on Friday will be Let's Talk Powered Parachutes with Galen Gagley from PowerShoot. They're in LP12, and man, he's a fun guy. You'll have a good time in that. If you're interested in powered parachutes, they're the folks I would recommend to go see. And then Paul Herrera will be in there at 3 o'clock on Friday, giving a talk about commercial UAS, and that's drones and their operations here in the United States. And he's with Everything Life Saving. That's a new sponsor for Paradise City as well. And then Saturday morning at 10:30, we've got Beaver Bourne from AirTech. AirTech is well known in the Quicksilver world. They'll be in Light Plane number 19, and they'll be presenting the technical side of the Quicksilver. And then at 12 o'clock again, you've got UAVs, what you need to know with Paul Herrera again, Everything Life-Saving. Also, Florida Drone Supply, I understand, will be participating with that as well. So you're going to have Florida Drone Supply as well. And then at 1:30 of the U.S. Army Gray Eagle, and that'll be Chief Warrant Officer number 2, Frank De La Cruz again, and that is the 224th Military Intelligence Battalion. And in fact, I put a picture on Facebook where we were getting ready to talk about where we're going to offload the big 18-wheeler and set it up and then cart it over, or taxi it over, I should say, where the static display is going to be. And if you look at the map of Paradise City, it's on the east side between us and the island is where that will be. And that's going to be really, really something just to do that. But when we got ready to take it off the trailer and set it up, I was taking a picture of everybody. The airport manager, Alex, you can't take a picture there. I'm sorry, because that military aircraft behind you it'll be in the picture. And I didn't even realize it because the thing was wrapped. I mean, it looked bubble wrapped, this thing. I couldn't even tell what it was. And I'm Air Force, previous Air Force. Couldn't tell what it was. And they said, no, you can't take that picture. Okay. So I had to turn him and get him into the sun, of course, and take the picture. But anyway, it's going to be a really, really good thing to see that as well. If you've never stood there close to a Predator drone with a 58-foot wingspan that's taller than a human, if you look on Facebook, you'll see a picture I put on there not too long ago about just how big this thing is. There you go. There's some video of the control tower and some of the events that go on there. At the air shows are fabulous. You will really like the air shows. Also, I've come to understand that the fireworks that normally happens on Wednesday, we're not permitted to have that because of some things that are going on with the airport. So they're going to have bombs and other things going off on the ground, which are okay, according to the airport. So normally they have this wall of fire during the Vietnam display where they have the whole, looks like a whole runway's on fire. They're going to be doing a lot of really fun stuff with explosions on the ground on Wednesday. But then on Saturday, it's supposed to get really, really crazy with a phenomenal fireworks display of all the fireworks they were going to blow up on Wednesday. They're going to do it on Saturday. So Saturday will be a double dose of fireworks. In addition to that, they've got the 3D drones now. You know, in the past, you've seen these light displays with the drones at night, and they're one dimension or two dimension. You look from the side, and all you see is a straight line. You look from the other side, you see Snoopy or whatever they're doing. Now it's all three-dimensional. There'll be 100 drones in the air making three-dimensional pictures that move and all that at the same time. That's one of the STOL aircraft they just showed. That was a nice one. We'll be doing the announcing there from 7 o'clock in the morning all the way up until 8:30 at night when the sunset celebration, they're calling it a circus now. But when they get this done all the way, so from early morning all the way tonight, it'll be going on. Oh, I forgot, the balloons. They're going to have hot air balloons as well. There'll be a hot air balloon glow where when they're not flying at night, they'll be on the runway showing everybody what they look like. And if you haven't seen one of these balloons with the burners on, it's really cool. But on some of the mornings, I'll have to look on the schedule, see what days they'll actually have hot air balloons lifting off first thing in the morning. And as soon as they take off, then us powered paragliders can start flying. So it's really something to see if you haven't been there. There's balloon launch right there. Nice.
So it looks like you guys have everything from power paragliding to, I don't know, I can't even imagine all of it that you have.
That's true. If it flies, it'll be there. Everything from ultralights to UAVs to the F-35 is going to do one of those. If you haven't seen the F-35, it sits on its burners. It just sits there motionless. It's unbelievable. And then it goes straight up. When I was in the Air Force at Bitburg Air Base, we had the F-15 Eagle, and I thought that was one hot bird. But let me tell you, that F-35 is something else. It's a whole new world out there.
Yeah, I used to think the Harrier was the baddest one. I can see it's not.
Well, there you go. You got the Blue Angels. You got the F-35 demonstration team. You got the F-86. You got the F-35B demo. And then you got the SOCOM jump train team. And they'll from MacDill, they'll actually be landing at Paradise City. And what's good about Paradise City, if you haven't been there, there's a fence that you can get up to, and with bleachers right there as well. And then just 20 feet on the other side of the fence is where it's all happening. So you're really close to the action. You'll feel the pop brass, and you'll smell the exhaust. And when the jets are going by, you'll smell that JP4. And it's just really, really, all your senses are tingling. We'll also have a lot of video going on this year that we didn't have last year. We're going to have cameras on the opposite side of the runway, looking back toward the stands and toward the media building where Donna and I will be announcing. They're going to have also on drones that will be stationary. Obviously, we can't fly the drone because we'll be breaking the rules right there, but it'll be on a stick basically showing what it's going to look like up high. You're going to have some really good camera views this time. We're also having a professional videographer named Dan Ford, I believe his name is. He'll be actually doing that and making professional grade videos that will be live streaming on the various channels, as well as the audio will always be on live ATC if you go to Paradise City. And in fact, for the last 2 weeks, we've been streaming the past interviews that we've done since 2018, going back to the archives and pulling up some of these old audio clips, I should say, of the exhibitors and things. and playing that to get everybody ready. Now, I did take it down just now so we can use this laptop for this interview, but I'll set it back up. I'll be playing the 2019 interviews tomorrow just to keep everything going if somebody wanted to check it out and make sure that their live ATC link is working. There you go. You're doing good on that, Dave, pulling up that stuff.
I'm trying.
That's right. Now, Sun and Fun Radio, that's another one. Sun and Fun Radio with Dave Shellbetter. He is running Sun and Fun Radio, and we're going to be working a lot more closely this year with him than we have in the past. So we're going to have on-the-spot interviews with things that are happening on the big side, as well as they'll be coming over and interview us on our side about the things that are going on. So you're going to see a lot more activity on our channels talking about the big side as well as our stuff that's going on theirs. So it's going to be a lot more cross-pollination, if you will, between us and Sun and Fun Radio.
All right. And we'll be hearing a lot of you on there if we click on this button, I would imagine, right?
Sun and Fun Radio, not so much. I'm not actually on Sun and Fun Radio. We're on Paradise City. We're a separate entity. Okay. A lot of people think that Paradise City is part of Sun and Fun. We are, but we're like a cousin because everybody at Paradise City is all volunteer. There's not one individual that's paid at all in Paradise City on the ultralight side. On the big side, there's a number of them, but on our side, it's all volunteer, and they give us the rules. We follow the rules, but we're given a lot of autonomy. So we're not part of Sun and Fun Radio. We will have a feed into them, so you will hear some of our interviews and some of the things played on there, but most of that will be going out on our channels themselves.
Got it.
And people probably get tired of hearing me talk anyway after a while.
Well, you got a good radio voice, that's for sure.
Well, Donna's dad tells me I've got the radio face. A face for radio. That's right.
So lots of information in this website. So if anybody is interested, just check it out.
That's right. And that's going to be flysnf.org, flysnf.org. We still have some booths available. If anybody wants to sign up to have an exhibitor booth there at Paradise City, we've got some good ones left. Booth 7 is a real good one. That's close to the action, as well as 31 and 33. If anybody's interested, they can contact me, paul@planetppg.com, and I'll help you get in touch with Bonnie. You can go ahead and sign up in an exhibitor booth and then be able to do your thing. Now, we do have Dragon PPG, and we also have Florida Flight Sports, which is the PPG Gorilla.
Okay.
Which is Rick Davies. Yep. He's one of my previous students, by the way. So there'll be a lot of PPG guys there, a lot of activities going on. I heard a rumor. I don't know if it's true or not, but it's just a rumor, but that there might be some parties going on in some of these exhibitor booths after the show closes at night. So, 7:30, 8 o'clock, when the exhibitors all close up and the shows are done, there may be some partying going on.
Sounds like fun.
It is a lot of fun, and really it's a family. Most of the folks that have come out to this event, they've been doing it for 10, 15 years. For me, I think this is my 13th year, but I'm a short timer compared to a lot of them. So it is a real family. In fact, one of the guys, George Czarnecki, who's the grounds manager, he's in charge of setting up all the landmarks of where everything's going to go and all that. He was telling me that he probably has more funds down here than he has up there in where he lives in Michigan. So it's a really good crew. If you need anything, just let us know. If you got a question, just let us know. And there'll be a lot of people there that'll be more than happy to help you out to make sure that you find what you want there at Paradise City Sun and Fun 2023.
All right. Anybody got any questions at all? Let us know if anybody in the chat is going this year or plan to go in the future. If you got any questions for Paul.
I'd like to go next year.
I know.
Well, you definitely should. In fact, if you do that, come on up and you guys can help us present.
Love to. That'd be awesome.
Yep.
I'm always looking for help. Unfortunately, a lot of people are shy and they don't want to talk either on the radio, just audio, or on with video. They don't want to do it.
No, I'd love to. It would be fun.
It is a lot of fun.
Yeah. So People are asking if we're on Sundays now. No, we're just doing this because it was a chance for Paul to get together with us, and as he's helping out with Sun and Fun, and he wanted to give some updates for the upcoming fly-in. So hoping we can get some paramotor people down there to also fly.
Yeah, you've got just about 2 hours and 45 minutes a day that you can fly. So that's a real opportunity to fly in an event like this and show what you can do. Some people, they like the pressure of having a lot of people watch you launch. Some people don't, but it's a real interesting thing because some of the big names that have a lot of videos and they're monetizing their videos, they come out there and they blow 5 or 6 launches in a row. And the people are saying to me, well, Paul, this guy, I've seen his video. He didn't blow launches. I said, because he edits the videos. There at Sun and Fun, in front of all the people, you don't get to edit anything. You're live. Just like this program right now, it's live. If you say something wrong, you mess up, hey, it's live.
So people are asking, sorry.
Yeah. Okay, you're going there. I see. There's some questions about ticket prices. Yeah.
So if you are a Florida resident, you get a big price break. That's for sure. If you buy your parking pass online, it's $10. If you buy your parking pass in line, then it's $20. They really are trying to get people to buy it in advance so that way they don't have a bottleneck, because with 500,000 people coming in, they got to park somewhere. Parking is going to be a real issue. So they're trying to streamline that. But you can get a weekly or a daily ticket. But more importantly, if you volunteer and you work 5 or so hours a day, you get a pass where you can come in. So you work 4 or 5 hours, depending on what your sponsor requires you to work. And then you can go look and do what you want in the rest of the event for that day. So there's volunteer opportunities as well as you're on the page now to actually purchase the ticket and just go have fun.
Yep. So kids are 10 and under are free. And when he's talking about volunteering, Eric and I and our daughter Savannah did some volunteering. Even, the kids get to volunteer. And, she did at EAA, and she did donuts and coffee in the morning at the Big Red Barn, helping out selling that in the morning. I think they had water for afternoons, little snacks. Eric and I volunteered, and we were up on the tower for the ultralight when the paramotors were flying. So when he flew, I was announcing, trying to keep up with everybody. We had a sheet that everybody filled out and trying to, like, the wing colors, and I would say who they were, where they were from, how many years that they had been flying, what they were flying, stuff like that. Other people have the little, like the trams. You either drive the tractor to pull the tram with all the people on it, or in the back, and you announce, we're passing back by this hangar, which has got this in it. That I think would be a cool one too.
Yep, all those are available, as well as security. They're looking for people to man the gates to make sure that only pilots get through those parts to the flight line. Also, headquarters tent. They're looking for people to help check the pilots in, check the exhibitors in, make sure that the waivers are signed properly, as well as the coffee and donuts and the breakfast sandwiches that they make in the booth as well. So there's a lot of possibilities for volunteering and get in there and participate. Oh, I really enjoy it. My wife and I, we actually spend every day from about 7 o'clock in the morning all the way until 8:30, 9 o'clock every day working during the event. So we don't really get a whole lot of time to look around, but part of the fun is hosting the event and being part of such a big family and such a spectacular event. The second largest air show in the world. It's really something to see.
Right. Definitely. All right. I want to just thank people that are in the chat: Chuck Dodge, Jen C., Linda Anderson, Bill H., James. Let's see who else we got in here. Eric, my husband, Lear, Scott Starbuck. I think John Wayne was in here. Scuba, Randy Milstead, John Wayne, Joe Sibley. Let's see. We caught people off guard tonight, so.
Wow, cowboy.
But thank you for joining us tonight, and at a kind of a spur of the moment. Daniel Rausch is in here, just joining us. So, but yeah, thank you.
Well, you're welcome. And as we get closer to the show, if you wanted to get another update, we can do that during your regular schedule. And there'll be always some new things coming up. I think things are mostly set, but you never know. There's always something that's going to happen or change right before the event. And it's always good to get everybody out there and participating.
Right.
Even if you can't come to the event, you can check us out on ATC Live, or Live ATC, I should say, or the YouTube channels. And for example, your channel, we're going to do something with you as well, aren't we?
Right. We're going to try it.
Well, you normally do, what night is yours?
We do Wednesday nights. So I do have a guest that night, so we'll have to try to do it either earlier or on a different night, not interfering with other.
Any of those nights good. We'll set something up.
Yep. Yeah, sounds great. Excellent. So if you guys are looking into getting into going to Sun and Fun this year or next year, please check out their website. I have put the link in the chat a few times, and I'll post it there again. FlySNF.org. FlySunandFun.org.
FlySNF.org. That's correct.
Yep. And it's just got tons and tons of information in there. And so we'll be able to watch some of it live as it's going too. So end of the month, this will be going on. So
that's correct.
And it looks like lots of fun.
Yes.
28th to the 2nd.
Yep. All right. Anything else?
I appreciate the opportunity.
Bill said good info. Thank you.
All right. Well,
excellent.
We'll see you in a couple of weeks then, Paul. Okay.
Sounds good. You guys take care and fly safe.
Thank
All
you,
right.
Paul.
Good night, everybody. See you on Wednesday.
Good night, everybody.
Baby, go flying high, we're flying high, flying high. Baby, go flying high, we're flying high, flying high. Till night becomes day, I'm gonna show you the way to the queen of the dance floor. So move around. I'm gonna take you to my favorite bar and kiss you till your head is in the stars. So will you show me how you make your moves and how you dance your body to the groove? Baby girl, you know it's now or never. Spin around, look around, everyone is watching, but you're mine tonight, and nothing's gonna change it. No, flying high. Baby girl, we're flying high, we're flying high, flying high. Yeah.